That's it. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are perfect Pokemon games. With every bit of information we've been getting from the data mine, the games get better and better, and that's after thinking, what else is there? They can't get any better, and then it does. So we have capture rewards, escalating odds for gold and silver berries, as well as rare candy. Explanation: there are multiple tables you can get random loot from. The game decides which table to use based on the amount of captures you have made. At the top is the list of thresholds, and the tables are below. Now, some of these numbers do seem insane, because the capture count threshold 500, 1500, 3000, 5000, 8000, but the items are well worth it, and this is why I love Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. This game respects your time more than any other Pokemon game. And I knew that back in June. Like, from when we had very little information about the game, I could see it was all coming together in a very good and rewarding experience. That everything you do is going to contribute to something, and we didn't even know about this feature, and this just makes it even better. Now, I'm going to kind of keep going on about this, but I do have to kind of distract because, yay, YouTube, algorithm, subbox, notifications never ever working. The more videos you upload, the less people get to hear about them. So please leave a like on the video, share this, try to get it out there. I have a playlist of all of the data mining information, so I think this is my 5th video. If you haven't seen all 5 videos, recommend you check it out. If they haven't even been in your sub box or notifications, that's something as well. But let's get back into the hype, because these items are pretty good. We've already seen roughly what they do, but the odds are still pretty solid across the board. Now, what I'm wondering about the thresholds is, like, is it 0 to 500 and then 501 to 1500 gets you into this tier or something? Because we saw from the E3 demo that it doesn't matter, like, this guy hasn't caught 500 Pokemon, but he's still getting very basic tier rewards and then getting good amounts of items from it. And this is something I was very interested in seeing how it ended up playing out. Like, how rare are the berries going to be? Well, they start getting pretty common, and it starts getting really good. So you can get like 3 raspberry or 3 nana berries and 3 pineapple berries. And the thing is, if you just go out and catch every Pokemon that you want to, and then you just keep catching Pokemon, it's not going to hinder you in any way. There's more than enough money for using Pokeballs on them, because there's those repeatable daily events. So even as you're going through the story, Lady just gives you a big pearl. That's going to be a couple of Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls right there. Go clear the Elite Four a couple times, go beat some trainers, they hand you Pokeballs. Like, the rewards are there. Everything is there to where the gameplay loop just keeps continuing, and it's not going to slow you down. So you're free to kind of do whatever you want, and that's why I like the rewards. So we get into next tier, Raz, Nana, but then we start getting into those 10% odds. 10% for Silver Raz, 10% for Silver Nana Berry. Golden Pineapple Berries start appearing when you break that threshold as well, and then you can even get rare candies. So then, like, it starts getting to the point where everything you get, you know, 10% for Silver Raz, or 3. You can get 15% to get 3x Silver Raspberry. That's just solid. And then golden pineapples and all that stuff starts appearing. And then if you've done the insanity, you're at like over 3,000 Pokemon captured, which honestly, when you think about it, is not going to be that incredibly difficult if you actually just put time into the games. Because you can have like 1,000 Pokemon in Pokemon Go Park. People already have hundreds of Pokemon. You transfer 100, you catch them in Pokemon Go Park, well, that's 100 right there. You do a couple of chains. Like, the thing is, shiny odds are still 1 in 4,000. So you have to catch all the Pokemon, or at least catch a few, you know, catch 100, catch a few hundred throughout the story to get the shiny charm. So you get the shiny charm, do some chains for competitive, and then you're at hundreds of Pokemon. Or if you just really enjoy the system, you can start catching them. And now it's going to boil down to how fast is a Pokemon capture going to take. Like, if you can get it down to where it's like you have a Silver Raspberry, throw that out really quick, Ultra Ball, you know, 30-second Pokemon capture, and you can keep doing that, then these numbers aren't really that scary, and it's just rewarding you for everything you're doing. Because you get 100 of a Pokemon, you turn them into candies. Well, then that means you have a competitive Pokemon right there, because you have 6 IVs, you have all the candies to max out a stat, and then you just go straight and use it. Everything you do is rewarding, and also kind of encourages natural gameplay, which is what I like. People are saying, oh, the gem requirements, they make the game so terrible. Well, for starters, the data mine has pretty much proven that wrong at this point, because the difficulty does actually get pretty good, and it then starts getting into insane spoiler territory that I'm going to kind of avoid in this video, because I already had the spoiler warning in the last video that talked about it. But I mean, it's like, grass or water type Pokemon is what you need to face the gym leader. Well, you can catch Psyduck in Viridian Forest. You can catch Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. You can catch other water and grass type Pokemon around the area. You can just go and pick up an Oddish. So what that means is, if you see a new species of Pokemon you haven't caught yet, go out and catch it. And if another Pokemon happens to get in your way, don't run away. Just use the Pokeball and catch it. And then all of that is going to add up. It turns into stat points. It turns into EVs or, activated stats or candies and all that stuff later on. And then it means that every Pokemon you've caught, if you pick up this game 7 months from now and then you just play it for a day and catch like another 50 Pokemon, you're actually gaining ground on that. And then they make it easier because the more Pokemon you catch, the more insane the rewards become. And then we get to this. A 1 in 5 chance of getting a rare candy. And then everything else is just going to be like golden with a small chance of getting 3 silver pineapple berries. So that is crazy. The rewards that you are going to be able to get from this, and how well it just kind of keeps stacking. I mean, even 10% chance of rare candy. So when you've made it to like this ultimate ascended level of the game, there's people that are going to do it. You're doing hundreds of catches for shiny Pokemon potentially. You're just kind of going and getting multiple. If a team of 6 is still going to be over 100 captures right there for getting competitive Pokemon. So what if you want 20 competitive Pokemon? What if you want different competitive Pokemon? People's boxes, they fill up pretty quick, even with the original 151. So there's going to be so much that's going on, and it's just going to be awesome right there. Now, another thing to talk about. Hyper Training's in the game, apparently. So Hyper Training is available. However, only level 100 Pokemon can handle the hype. And the thing is, if you're catching Pokemon, you're gaining experience. So while you can be training Pokemon for competitive for either Hyper Training, which I don't think Hyper Training is going to be necessary because you do the catch combos, you get 5-6 IV Pokemon pretty easily, and then they're just ready to go. Now, maybe there's actually might be a use for Hyper Training because there were some tables earlier. Was it this one? That shows that some of the IVs are set. So that means Magikarp, well, actually, the Magikarp Salesman gives you some pretty good ones. But I mean, these aren't maxed out. So Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, 25, 30, 25, 31, 25, 30, those aren't maxed out. So you can actually get a max Hitmonlee, max Hitmonchan for that. So the gift Pokemon, or the Pokemon that aren't guaranteed IVs, well then you still have Hyper Training. So they can be competitive anyways. Same with Kabuto, Kabutops, Aerodactyl. They only have 3 guaranteed IVs, so you get those, get them to level 100, boom. So you just have them in your party. Go out and catch 100 Pokemon, get a lot of levels, maybe pick up some rare candies, boost them up, beat the Elite Four so you can get money to get the lures and the Ultra Balls, and then, that's what I mean. Everything you do, you'll have money to spend for things you want to do, you get items as you catch Pokemon, so you can keep catching Pokemon. It's just the perfect system of reward. And then at the end of the day, you have a competitive team, you go online, and then you're playing Pokemon. Isn't it great? Bottle caps are still required. Gold bottle cap still does it in all stats. So yeah, would you like to exchange bottle cap? Would you like to exchange gold bottle cap? Don't know how we get bottle caps. But again, that's more items, that's more pieces to the puzzle, that's more tools that you can use to optimize your gameplay. And if you just kind of happen across it, it's like, I want to get that Porygon up because there's a gift Pokemon, Porygon at Saffron City. Dude, maybe, I don't know, maybe Porygon will be usable. Who knows with all these new stat stuff going on. It has Recover. It has a good typing. You do get some gift Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. However, Charmander found in, I think, Rock Tunnel. We have Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest and maybe some other places. We haven't seen Squirtle yet, but we know Squirtle's going to be all over the place. So, I mean, catch the starters. You can just kind of set it up, and then you're good to go. And then all these other gift Pokemon, Lapras, set. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys. Like, tell me what you think down below. Verlisify, always right. I think is one of the ways of dropping this down because I looked at the games, I knew they were going to be great. People are just like, ooh, Pokemon Go, but they forget that Niantic are the ones that ruined Pokemon Go. That Pokemon Go was made for all Pokemon fans. Pokemon Let's Go was made for all Pokemon fans. The system is there to reward all and every kind of player. If you're competitive, amazing. If you're not competitive, it just hands you being competitive. Like, you just learn about the awakened values through NPCs and stuff. You learn about IVs through NPCs, and it's like, oh, I can just customize my Pokemon and make them good. And then I get to use them for competitive. And then that means it's not going to be like those old days where you have an unoptimized Pokemon with bad EVs, bad IVs, maybe even the wrong nature. You have the Seer. She sets your nature for you. So, I mean, you just kind of set up to where you're not going to get stomped, even as a casual player. And then that means it's also more accessible for competitive players as well. It's good. These games are everything we've wanted in Pokemon games. And I think the only people that aren't playing them are not Pokemon fans, and they've doubled down on their negativity. They've doubled down on their hate, that it's consumed them. They've been consumed by their own toxicity in just a sheer refusal to accept the facts. That's a big problem in society and social media and online culture in general. But I mean, we have been given the perfect Pokemon games, And I think that's awesome. So, guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.